It's Rob!
Tony! And I'm Jeff.
We're in gaming.
And that's you.
Welcome back to the In Gamers. I'm Rob, of course, and today we're going to knock out a very common question I see a lot of people asking, and that's what cards should I disenchant? What cards should I build? What cards should I craft? I've got gold. Should I DE them? I'll answer all those questions. This is going to be a pretty lengthy video, so if I mess up a few words or if I run out of breath or I take a drink, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. So, right off the bat, if you're looking for what to disenchant with having to do with commons, rares, and epics, look in the description below. We can't cover all the cards, that would be insane, but we will cover all the legendaries and all of the other cards in the game that you should DE or you should only have one of will be in the description, so pay attention to that and look for those. As for these golden cards, you have them, you've seen them, you've opened them in packs, you're not sure if you should DE them or not. A general rule I seem to follow is that if you already have the set of the card, you can probably DE the gold one. A quick example, let's say you have 2 piloted treaders, not golden, and then you have 1 golden piloted treader. You've got 3 of them, you only can play 2 in a deck. You can probably DE the gold one, unless you just really want that gold card. Then by all means, keep those gold cards. But for the general, or for most of us, we need dust, we need to build cards. Having gold cards doesn't do us any better. They're not any better than any other card. It's the same exact card, just looks cooler. So you can just DE them if you already have them in the golden version. So that's the general rule for that. Let's knock out the first legendary set we have. I've broken these into 4 different categories for you guys to keep it really easy. So we have the must-have already on the screen here. These are you have these cards. Look to build these cards as soon as possible. They go into their deck and almost any other deck. If we're talking about Dr. Boom, Rag, or Windrunner, we'll talk about individually. The second set we're going to talk about is the keep them, they're good. After that's the they're alright. You should maybe DE them if you want to. And then the other, the last section we have is DE them, get far away from them, they're not good. So starting off with Archmage. This goes in almost every single mage deck. He's a great card. For 7-drop, 5/7, whenever you cast a spell, put a fireball in your hand. Wonderful card. Then we have Tyrion. This guy, in my opinion, is probably in the top, I would say, 3 cards in Hearthstone. He's an 8-drop, 6/6 Divine Shield with Taunt, and when he dies, his Death Rattle will give him a 5/3 weapon. So even if he gets silenced, he's still a 6/6, unlike most cards that get shut down if they're silenced. And it's just, his potential is crazy as soon as you play him. If you play a Paladin deck, your opponent's going to go, bleh, it's not good for them. Hellscream. Again, almost in every warrior deck, charge and rage plus 6 attack. That means when he takes damage, any amount of damage, he gains 6 attack, making him a 10, whatever he is HP left. We've got Windrunner. She is a neutral card, which means she can be played in any kind of deck, or any deck, no matter what class, and she's pretty much played in any deck. She's definitely well worth what she's her 6-drop. She's a 5/5 and she takes control of an enemy minion when she dies. You can make tons of plays out of her, and you definitely when you play her, your opponent's either going to have to waste silence or they're going to make awkward trade-offs to try to get her off the field, probably giving you a decent amount of card advantage. From there, we've got Dr. Boom. This is the most broken 7-drop so far in the game. His nickname is Dr. Balanced because he's not at all. He summons 2 1/1 Boom bots, and when their death rattles are, when they die, they can deal 1 to 4 damage to a random enemy creature or their character on the field. So, I shouldn't really have to explain why this guy's a beast. I'm sure you've played against him. He's a monster. Heading over here, Rag he's not a must-have. I put him here because he's still a great card in my opinion. You get results from him as soon as you put him down on the field, unlike some other cards that may not get their effects off right away. You play this guy, you end your turn, he does 8 damage to whatever on the field. He targets one thing. It's randomized, so if they have no cards, it's them directly. If they have 2 cards, it's 50-50, or actually it's a 33.3% chance in between all 3 of them if he has 2 creatures. So like I said, random, as soon as you end your turn, he gets his effect off, and that's why he's on our top list. So heading off to the keep cards, there's a bunch of these. We'll knock them out as fast as possible. Sorry, this guide is going to be a bit lengthy, but I'm talking as fast as possible because I know your time is very valuable. So knocking out of the park with Sonaris, a great druid card. It's a 5/8. You can either buff all creatures on your side of the field +2/+2, or you can give yourself 2/2/2 with Taunt. Really nice card, puts a druid deck on the map. For Priest, we have Vol'jin. He's not really played a ton just because of the meta we're in and all the rush you're going to see. He switches the HP of another card on the field with his. So let's say your opponent plays a card with like 8 HP. You take that 8 HP, he's a 6/8, and now your opponent's card has 2 HP left. So that's really works well on a control deck, and is definitely will swing big cards in your advantage. From here, we've got Neptulon. He is a shaman card. He busted in with a 7/7 for 7. He brings out, or it doesn't bring out, but he's like a Dr. Boom for your hand. He brings out, brings out, why do I keep saying that? He puts 4 Murloc cards in your hand at random. The only problem with him is his overload. So it's very, it's questionable, this guy, because when you bring him out, depending on what turn you bring him out, your next turn isn't going to be filled with a bunch of shit. Also, if he dies, it won't swing your direction. From here, we got the Windlord. He's a really good damage, and if you Rockbiter weapon him, it really brings him out. He's got every ability in the game, which is Wind Fury, Charge, Divine Shield, and Taunt, so he's definitely a game changer if you buff him up and he swings twice. That Charge really puts him on the map. Lord Jaraxxus and Mal'Ganis kind of go together. You'll see both of these guys in a Warlock deck. Lord Jaraxxus is definitely a game changer. Brings your Warlock to 15 health, gives your guy a weapon, a 3/7 weapon, and it makes your passive take 2 mana, summon a 6/6. Ridiculous. Mal'Ganis makes your guy unable to attack, immune, your character, so he can't die, and it also buffs all demons on the field by 2/2. From here, we got Blood Mage. You'll see this a lot in like a spell power deck. A lot of rogues are running this guy in their oil rogue decks. He's a loot hoarder and a cold blood combined, so he gets his spell power, and his death rattle allows you to draw that extra card. Harrison Jones, he's on here because of all that Grim Patron you're seeing, and along with all the Rush Hunter you're seeing. This will take out their weapons, you draw to it. It's really effective against Paladin, Rogue, Hunter, Warrior, and probably missing something else on there, but voice is coming out already. We got the Black Knight, which goes hand in hand with Harrison. So it's like if you're playing against a lot of taunts, switch out Harrison with Black Knight. If you're playing against a lot of people using their weapons, throw in Harrison. Ysera, she would be in our must-have, but she's back down to keep, which is still good. It's just she's really slow for the current meta. The 9 drop and get one at the end of the turn, you do get results right away. She is safe from Big Game Hunter because with the 4 health, but she's just really slow, like I said. A lot of the rush decks you see are just gonna, before turn 9, the game is over. So I mean, she works well in control decks. Not saying she's bad, she's just a little slow for the current meta. Heading into Alexstrasza, this card goes in that Alexstrasza Mage deck. I'm sure you've seen it. It also fits in well with a Control Warrior. It takes your whatever remaining health down to 15, whether that's your health or your opponent's health. So, I mean, it can work in a different situation depending on where you find yourself that game. Leroy Jenkins, this guy's in here because, first of all, he's fucking Leroy Jenkins. Why not? He was a lot better when he was a 4-drop for 6/2. 5-drop, still not bad, but he's just not as broken as what he's used to be, and he's played in a ton of rush decks, and he definitely changes a lot of games if you find yourself in a tight squeeze and need to pump out that extra 6 damage. Malagos was actually played, I honestly have never seen this guy played for like the first couple, up until the last couple months. A lot of Warlock decks are playing him, and it's working out well for them. So this is why this guy's back on the map. You'll see him a lot more than what you have been if you've been playing Hearthstone a while now. You'll definitely see Malagos start popping up in a Warlock deck. From there, we got Baron. This goes really well in a Control Warrior. It also goes well against Rush decks because it's the as soon as you play him, you get benefit. He does 2 damage as soon as he comes out at the end of the turn. Well, at the end of your turn, not right away, but you know what I mean. So he does 2 damage to everything on the field, and he's on there because his effect goes off right away. He is susceptible to Big Game Hunter, though. Any attack damage creature above 7 is. But, I mean, as long as their effect comes off right away, and if they get silenced, they're still viable, then those cards are going to be on our top list, as you see here. So heading into this, we've got the These cards are good. If you like them, keep them, of course. By all means, guys, if these... if you like a card but it falls into the disenchant it right away or the S section, don't go off what I'm saying. If you like the card, keep it. It's Hearthstone. It's for fun. Let's just get that out of the way. I'm not telling you to DE cards that you may really enjoy. Like for me, I love the Iron Juggernaut. We'll get to him later. But anyway, let's hop into the Shredder. So we have Sneed's Shredder. This guy is Big Game Hunter safe. He won't die to that. If he gets silenced, he's still a 5/7, so he's not terrible. But the only problem is his death rattle could give you a shitty legendary. On top of that, he does cost 8 mana, which is really late in the game. If you're playing against a rush deck, this guy is just not that effective. Trogzor, I think he's a really good card, but he isn't played a lot, and he's, again, a 7-drop for 6/6, and his effect only works when your opponent plays spells, and it brings out a 3/5. So most of the time, you'll go 1-for-1 with him always, but again, really slow for the current meta. Deathwing, very situational. Clears your hand, clears the field, puts him on there. He's a 12, he's a fucking beast, but again, very situational for that guy. Malorn, this guy, I would say he's decent, but he's a 9/7. He's really low on that HP. He's susceptible to big game hunter. Getting shuffled back in the deck, I mean, are you really finding yourself needing it to go back in your deck to draw it again to play it? I mean, if you're playing against a rush deck, he's not going to help you out that much. And that the reason I keep mentioning rush decks is because you're going to play rush decks a lot. There's a lot of fast-paced decks in the meta right now, and you kind of have to keep up with that. Even if a card is good, if it's not playing well against other decks, it's not good. So heading into Gazrilla, you won't see this card played a lot at all. It takes time to build up, and when it does build up, it's going to get either Silence or CC down or Big Game Hunter. Very susceptible to that. Heading to the Prince, played in a rogue deck. 6-drop for 5/8, nice stats, and when your opponent plays a spell, give them a coin, you take that spell. It's nice, but it's not, for most oil rogue decks, it's not necessary. You can go without this card without a problem, and that's why he's in the eh. From here, we got King Mulan, not a bad card. You'll see him in some rush decks sometimes, but for the 2 bananas, it's not, there's better cards for him. Hogger, in my opinion, this card's really cool. At the end of your turn, you automatically get a 2/2, which means for 6-drop, you're automatically getting a 6/6 that gives you the potential to do a lot more. At the end of your turn, each turn you get a 2/2 taunt. So, I mean, if they don't kill him right away, he can become quite a nuisance, but most of the time they're able to either silence him or kill him. But him having 4 health, he's safe from Big Game Hunter. He's safe from any Priest card because he does have that annoying 4 health for them. So, I mean, it all depends who you're playing and when you play him. Illidan, this guy, 5 health for a 6-drop, it's just not enough to keep him alive. It just doesn't cut it. And the 2/1, they're very susceptible to Whirlwind or a Deathbite Death Rattle. I mean, this guy, I wish he was better, but he's just not. Toshly, you'll see him played in some mech mage decks. He's a 6-drop for 5/7, and the reason they play him is because of the spare parts he gives you when he dies and when he comes out. But again, at the same time, there's just better cards for 6-drop. There's Sylvanas, the Windrunner. She's way better than him. No offense to Toshly, but I mean, as I said, these cards aren't terrible. There's just better cards for them. Heading up to the Foe Reaper, this guy's really cool. It's when he attacks, all creatures next to the target you attacked takes that damage. So he's potentially a 1-for-3 card. Again, he's safe from Big Game Hunter, which is really, really nice for him. But again, he does cost 8 mana. So, I mean, there's better cards. Van Cleef, this guy used to be played a shit ton in rogue decks. This guy is what made rogue decks, but unfortunately, the new meta and with the new oil rogue, which is pretty much the only rogue besides Mill that's going on right now, this guy really isn't played that much, and if you do play him, it's just because the person wants to play him for fun. It's not that he's necessary into the deck. Mimron's Head, again, really, it's a fun card, but it's not necessary. You don't have to have this card in sacrificing 3 of your cards. It actually will take as many mechs on the field. So if you have a field full of mechs and you play this guy, it'll get rid of your entire field. You need at least 3, which I thought was kind of, if you're going to play this guy, is good to know, because you think maybe it'll only take 3 and keep the rest. No, your entire field, if it's all mechs, will be wiped away to play 1 card that can potentially get destroyed the following turn. So, very situational, but fun. And then we have Prophet. This guy, play him on turn 7. The following turn, he's going to get Big Game Huntered or get CC'd down. And if you do happen to live him, he's not game-changing. He doesn't have an ability that's going to change any game unless he sits on the field for a couple turns. And again, there's better cards. There's Ysera. There's the Vol'jin. So, I mean, it's kind of all situational with these ant cards. So moving on to the disenchant cards, I recommend disenchanting these if you're new or you don't have a lot of cards yet and you're looking to get rid of some of the legendaries that may not just fit in any spots in your deck and are really dragging you down. And you need to get the Sylvanas, Dr. Boom, whatever deck you're playing, Rag. So these are the kind of cards you want to look to kind of get rid of, unless you like them, of course, which keep them by all means. Blingtron, I'm actually building myself in all weapon warrior deck, so I actually kept my Blingtron, but for most people you can DE him. He's not that great. Hold on 1 second, guys. Gazlo, if this guy was maybe a lower drop, like a 3-drop, 2/3 or something like that, he'd be played a lot more. But just for 6 mana, you get a 3/6. I just don't think he's worth it. Anixia, maybe in a bit, dragons will be something. As of now, there's no point to run her. You get a bunch of 1/1s. All they have to play is a Whirlwind, or a Brawl, or a Flame Strike, or an Arcane Explosion. There's not really much to her. There's much better cards. King Crush, for 9 mana, which is very high mana cost for if you're playing a Hunter deck, for 8 damage. I mean, 2 kill commands is 10 damage, and that's 6 mana. So, I mean, for what his mana cost is to what kind of damage he can do, not really worth it. Bolvar, this guy, if he gets silenced, he's rendered utterly useless. Like, I'm sorry, he's just useless after that. And him having to sit in your hand when you could have had other cards in your hand as he kind of builds up his attack, it's kind of lame. Sorry I didn't say his effect, and I'm kind of getting off track here. It's for every creature that dies on the field while he's in your hand, he gets +1 attack. So you have him from turn 4 to turn 8. You finally play him. He gets silenced. He's been sitting in your hand 4 turns, and he's dead. Iron Juggernaut. This is probably one of my favorite warrior cards, but it's not that great. It's put a mine in your opponent's deck. When they draw it, they take 10 damage. So I mean, if you play it on turn 6, there's quite a bit of time before they run low on cards for a high probability of that mine being drawn. But again, he's pretty much all RNG, and he's not played a lot. Lore Walker Cho is fucking terrible. I'm not even gonna go over. Millhouse. This guy is good if you get him off your piloted Shredder, because he's a great 2-drop for 4/4 from that. But if his effect goes off, your opponent has any spells in their hand, you're gonna get fucking wrecked. Nate Pagel was great before he got nerfed, but unfortunately, it's now the start of your turn instead of the end of your turn, so he's not played a lot. I recommend disenchanting him. Tankmaster is all RNG. It could work for you, it could not, but most of the time it doesn't, and it'll fuck you over. Captain Greenskin, I think he's pretty cool. Give your weapon +1/+1, but he's a 5-drop for a 5/4, so he dies relatively easy because of his health. And also, if you don't have a weapon out, he doesn't do shit. And also 1/1, I mean, it's not game changing. There's some other cards that'll definitely replace him. Nezingway, this guy's fucking terrible. I've never seen him played ever, and I've never actually been like, man, a Nezingway would be perfect here. Like, not ever has it ever crossed my mind. This guy is something I need to have, ever. Fuck this dude. Alright, anyway, Moga the Ogre was... A couple people tried to play him. I've seen a couple deck lists where it's like, oh, he'll semi-work. 6-drop, 7/6. The stats are pretty good, but I mean, the 50% chance to attack the wrong enemy fucks you over, and it just makes the game kind of... It's all RNG. It's just like random. There's no... I don't know. It loses sight of the game. I don't know. I don't like it, and it's not played a lot. We have the Beast. A lot of people think this card's really nice because it's a 6-drop, 9/7. It makes your opponent have to use their CC. He's not like if you silence this card, it doesn't work well for you because you don't get the 3/3 off of him. But again, he just doesn't work well with the Hunter deck because he's most likely going to die to big game Hunter, and if he dies, you're going to get your opponent's going to get a 3/3. So I mean, come on, there's better cards, guys. Gruul, +1/+1 at the end of each turn. I mean, if it's scaled more, maybe, for 8 mana, I mean, he's going to die to big game Hunter, he's going to get sheeped, he's going to get hexed, bad things are going to happen, and it's waste of a ton of mana. I'd rather play 2 Piloted Dreaders. He's fun, though, don't get me wrong, but there's just better. For 9-drop, 9/7, whenever your opponent's creature dies, you get a Leper Gnome and replace it. So you kill one creature, you get a Leper Gnome, you kill one creature, you get a Leper Gnome. And this card's really fun, really cool, just not... You won't see him a lot, not game changing. And then we have, wow, I totally failed on this guy, Nazmodu. I'm sorry if I failed on his name. I'm running out of speaking voice, and I'm dying here. So anyway, he has cool graphic work, don't get me wrong, and his effect is kind of neat, and he does this cool shit with the board, but I mean, I would never play him. He doesn't change games. He doesn't give a great effect like Rag. He doesn't give you a card at the end of the turn. He's just kind of one of those cards. It's like, oh, wow, the artwork's cool. So that kind of takes care of that. And hopefully you guys have found this guide helpful for the most part. Sorry if I ranted a little bit on some of these cards. This is a very drawn-out description or in-depth guide that I've had to put off for some time, but I'm glad I knocked it out now. If you have any questions, just feel free to leave those in the comment section below. I'll get back to you. These guides are to help you and to help the starter players. And even if you're a veteran player, you've been playing for a tidbit of time now, just let me know what you think. And yeah, that pretty much wraps everything up. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I know I said that, but a lot of people are like, oh, this is a dumb question. No. I'm doing these so you can ask questions, so you can be engaged, and so you can have some of your questions answered. So thanks again, guys, for watching if you made it this far, and I really appreciate it. And if you've enjoyed it, throw that subscribe and throw that like. Helps us out and shows me, hey, I didn't just waste my time making this video. So like always, guys, I'm Rob with INN Gaming, and happy whatever the hell day it is.